Doing a breakdown on my 2023 tournament rig, and this is going to be a OldTown Sportsman 106 PDL. But as you can see right here, starting from the front, I do have a bow mounted motor guide Xi3 with the pinpoint technology. Not a very common thing done with this boat, so that's why I kind of wanted to break it down for anyone that may be interested in this style of boat or doing a similar mod. So just starting from the front, have this motor guide mounted on a one objective bow mount plate. The thing that I noticed that was kind of an issue is, see, I had to put that screw in upside down when mounting it. It didn't want to fit in directly straight, so I had to come from the bottom up. Maybe you could find a different issue. Also, I'm using these clip-on navigational lights at nighttime. They're quite bright and they actually reflect off of the mount here, so they're US Coast Guard compliant. Coming back for the release system, something that's talked about often is I have a pair 550 core paired with a lawnmower pull handle, and I just pull on this and it'll release the motor down for myself. And then on here I have my power cable wrapped with actually a rod protector down to my plug right here, that if we look, I actually have dielectric grease added so that if any water were to get into my connector, I won't have to deal with, hopefully, any corrosion here in the future. So a common question I get asked a lot with this boat is, can you use the pedals with the motor in the up position? And the answer is no, you cannot. So you must deploy this motor in order to use the pedals, as well as if you plan on using both, you're going to have to actually have these pedals out on the floor so that you can first deploy the motor and then you'll be able to put the pedals in. So that kind of gets a hassle. If I'm in an event where I really don't think I'm going to need my pedals, I just run this Navarre drive insert that goes in the spot right here of the PDL drive. So I just have that open concept. Yak attack rod holder right here. And then for the seat, as a lot of people see, I do have two kayak cushions. I just like to be comfortable on the water. I know it gets kind of costly. I think if you're just starting off, one is perfectly fine for whether you're where you're sitting or your backrest. It does well. On the back, I just have a clipped-on fanny pack here where I keep a lot of my identifier tags. I have some extra zip ties in there for if I need any issue. Also extra Sharpies for doing tournaments. And we're gonna flip this up now. And this is the storage area below the seat right here. I just have it already unlocked. And that's where I keep my battery for my Garmin, which I'll talk to here in a second. And it's just a 7.2 amp hour, still less asset. I plan on going to a lithium. I have it sitting on a Velcroed, almost a piece of Tupperware on top of the actual little tackle bin that is given to you, and I keep a bunch of extra parts. These are the wires for the battery right here, so all just fits in here. I also will put my keys and wallet in here when I'm not using it on the water, and this shuts nicely with the seat on top. And yes, I am still rocking the old-fashioned milk crate that a lot of people start with. Eventually, I do plan on getting a black pack or something along those lines, but this does the job. This is actually a motorcycle cargo net that I put over the top, so I could just grab this little clip right here, clip it there, and everything's pretty secure. I just have some fish grips, pliers, sunscreen, first aid kit, just a few things that I may need. I still run an anchor. You never know if you're going to need an anchor. It's just good to have. And then coming back here to the power source. So I am running amped 100 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery. I am yet to kill this thing. I have a 60 amp breaker right here installed, and I mean, it just lasts forever. I've done multiple tournaments so far with this battery and it's yet to die on me. Rudder system, when it's up, it just rests on top of the box. It's not really a big issue. I could still deploy and set it on the water whenever I need to. And once again, since I'm not running an electrical system, on my fishing rods, this is my 360 light. It's actually I want to say a life jacket rescue light you could buy on Amazon. It's very bright, still has that 360 light to it, which is US Coast Guard compliant. So around here I have my graph, Garmin side view, or S7SV. Sorry for the wind noise, it is a very windy day today. But Garmin 7SV, once again a cut down rod sleeve to use to protect the wires on there. I have some other ports, ram mount for whenever I run a GoPro, another Yak Attack mount, and that's about it. So last thing is, people ask me, you know, why did you put a motor on such a small boat? Why don't you run the 120 or for some reason? And that's just because I don't have the racks installed, but this is where I mount my kayak to. I actually car top my kayak wherever I go. So the empty weight of this is, I want to say, a little over 65 pounds. So there's no problem for me to lift it up on top of there. I just have to unload basically everything that's inside this kayak into the Toyota RAV4. But yeah, thank you. I think I'll do a part 2 of this boat and how it performs on the water, some speed testing. And last thing, before I get off here, I have to put the seat all the way in the aft position because there's a lot of weight up front with that motor, and this battery is so light that there isn't a lot of weight towards the aft. So I like to put this seat all the way aft so I don't get so much water here in the water well, or excuse me, into the tank well area. And then I also have to run scupper plugs, and these are actually check valve scupper plugs that let water go out, and that keeps this area as dry as possible. When I am standing, I do have standing water in here. But yes, thank you.